happy to see you on my channel, and in today's video I want to talk about some highly anticipated new releases, and if this is something that you're into, then please stay tuned. And I want to start with two of the more recent releases, and we're gonna end with two releases that are about like a month old. And so the first perfume is She Was Here by Forever Mood. And I know this release was highly anticipated because people love this brand, and also people are excited for pistachio, vanilla. It's very kind of mass appealing notes and scent profile, and I also was excited because I do love a good pistachio fragrance. I love vanilla and I love rose, so I had to try it and I love it. It's a really warm and kind of borderline gourmand fragrance. It is not fully gourmand, it does not smell like food, but it smells very warm, addictive, and inviting. I would say that in the opening I smell lots of rose. It's like a very light and powdery rose. Then I also pick up vanilla with some milky and lactonic accords, but they are not overpowering. Usually I'm careful around lactonic notes because they can go a little sour, they can go a little wrong on my skin, but it does not happen here. It's just mildly lactonic and it makes it more milky and addictive. So I would say, the three primary notes that I smell in the opening are vanilla, rose, and this kind of lactonic accord. But then as it starts to dry down, I do pick up a bit of pistachio. It's a bit like roasted, nutty pistachio smell, but it's not overpowering. And in my opinion, this is not star of the show in this fragrance. It is just like kind of a supporting note. Pistachio is definitely not the most prominent, and I would not say this is like a pistachio fragrance. Like if you have ever smelled Young Pistachio Gelato, then this is a pistachio fragrance. And She Was Here is mostly like a warm, floral, vanilla, rosy kind of combination with pistachio in there, but it's not the main player. So overall, I'm really liking this fragrance so far. And also I really wanted to mention that this fragrance really reminded me of Carolina Herrera Good Girl. They are kind of in the same category. They smell similar, but of course they're not dupes. They do not smell completely alike. But if you like this fragrance, you're probably gonna like She Was Here, and the other way around as well. But in my opinion, they're not redundant. Like this is kind of more darker, I would say, maybe for the evening, and She Was Here is perfectly good for the daytime, for running errands, going to brunch, anywhere that's pretty casual and you just want to smell sweet, inviting, and warm and delicious. So overall, I have really positive impressions of this fragrance, and this is my favorite so far from the line. And this is kind of more grown up and sophisticated scent from their usual collection, at least in my opinion. And so this was my opinion on She Was Here by Forever Mood. And the next scent I wanted to discuss is Sundays in Rio by Sol de Janeiro, and it's not a perfume but a body spray. And I went into Sephora to smell it, and honestly I really loved it. And in my opinion, this is the most sophisticated and grown up in their collection. It smells really good. It smells pretty simple, but at the same time it smells very warm and elevated. And to me it smells exactly like the notes I smell: vanilla, amber, pink pepper, and some musk. Overall, it's super well blended. It's a really simple yet addictive kind of combination. It's very sweet. It smells almost like a bit of like burnt sugar. It also gives me a bit of caramelly vibe, even though there is no caramel, but maybe it's the vanilla and amber and pink pepper that gave me this kind of vibe. And honestly, I would say it kind of smells like a perfume. It does not smell cheap or juvenile or like, body spray-ish. It smells really good, and I would say that I'll be pretty happy if they make it their permanent collection, and I really loved it. But the only one caveat I would say, and that's why I did not get it, because it reminds me of Vanilla Woods by Seven Virtues, and I already have Vanilla Woods. It smells almost identical to me. I would say that this is just a tad sweeter and there is caramel in here. That's the only difference. Overall, they smell extremely similar, and for the longest time I could not put down what it smells like. But then I went on Fragrantica, and in the smells like category there was a Vanilla Woods, and I was like, yes, that's what it smells like exactly. It is almost identical, like I've said. And so if you have this, you probably do not need Sundays in Rio. But if you love this and you do not have it and you want something more cheap and affordable, then definitely try Sundays in Rio, because to my nose they smell extremely similar. And the next scent I want to discuss is Gucci Gorgeous Gardenia Intense. And I love Gorgeous Gardenia. I used to wear it, and also my grandma loves it, so this is a very kind of dear scent to my heart, and I was excited to smell the intense, but I knew it's probably not gonna end up in my collection just because I have a bunch of florals and I just do not need any more sweet florals. But I did like how it smelled, but it is very, very simplistic, and it is very, very sweet as well. So it opens with this familiar bubble of gardenia. Gardenia is definitely prominent, of course, because it's called Gorgeous Gardenia. And then instead of jasmine, in this fragrance there is hedione, and hedione is like a molecule that's supposed to smell like jasmine. It's supposed to smell very floral, but it's also supposed to smell very addictive, and it kind of does, you know, it makes every fragrance that it's added into a very kind of, it's like sensually sweet and just addictively floral. Like, it's hard to explain, you have to smell it. Personally, I really like that compound. After the initial floral bubble, it kind of calms down, you're left with very, very much candied smell. It's almost as if some kind of syrup was just poured all over gardenia flowers. It smells straight up like gardenia candies. I don't know how it was done here, but it smells super, super candied, super, super sweet, and of course floral. And you know, that's pretty much all I get. I get super sweet smell, super candied smell, very kind of gourmandish, like borderline gourmand, but mostly floral with a very, very big gourmand accord. And that's all I get pretty much for this fragrance. So if you want your typical Gorgeous Gardenia, but make it syrupy, make it candied, make it super sweet, and make it more potent and powerful, which will work in the winter and in the fall, that's what you get with this scent. So in that sense, they did not lie. It smells just like, you know, more intense, sweeter version of the original, and I'm pretty sure that if you like the original, then you will like the intense version. If this is something that you want, if you do not want anything sweeter, do not try this scent because it probably won't be for you. If you want like a more airy floral, this is probably not gonna be for you. But if you want something more thick, dense, and syrupy, then you'll probably like Gorgeous Gardenia Intense. And last but not least is Prada Paradoxe Radical Essence. And when it first came out, I heard many negative reviews for some reason, and I was really curious, even though I do not have any Prada Paradoxe scents. So I went into Sephora and I tried it. And I sprayed it on skin and it lasted a long time, so I would say the performance was pretty great. And the scent I really enjoyed in the opening. There was a very, very realistic note of pistachio, and it did not smell like your typical kind of creamy, lactonic, and super nutty pistachio. It smelled like a roasted, super, super realistic pistachio, which I found pretty unique. And then after that dried down, I started smelling lots of neroli. And I also enjoyed it for the first couple hours. I would say, like, you have to like neroli and you have to like pistachio to like the scent. And if you do not like those two notes in their pretty realistic way, then you're probably not gonna like it. But if you do, then there is a good chance you will like it. But what I did not like about this scent is the deep, deep dry down. Like, after 4, 5, 6 hours passed, I could smell something slightly just salty and green, but not in a good way. It just did not smell good in the deep dry down. So, you know, this perfume was a no for me. But if you like these notes and if this sounds intriguing, then definitely give this one a chance. You know, they have it available in Sephora. Just go test it on your skin and see how it develops, because we all have different skin chemistries, and for all the perfumes open up super differently. Also, I'm like in a very, very hot weather, so that can also be a factor, but I really wanted to include this perfume in this video because it's gaining more and more popularity, and I thought you might be wondering what I think about this scent as well. And so thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you, and I really hope that you found out new things about this scent and that I've helped you to make a decision on whether you want to try certain scents or not. And I really hope to see you in the next video. Bye!